Hello and welcome to this short video detailing our annual pilgrimage walks this year, which will be based on the Borders Abbeys Way. It's a circular route going between the Border Abbeys and other important religious sites in the Borders region and through what we could certainly call at least a part of the cradle of early Christianity in Scotland. The walk begins in Melrose, and from there it cuts through beautiful countryside to Selkirk, Hawick, Jedburgh, Kelso, Dryburgh, and then back to Melrose. For those of you who know the Borders, here's a rough map of the route that we'll follow, and what you might take from this is that the paths are mostly very rural. But we'll be passing through areas of really outstanding natural beauty, and hopefully if the weather is with us, we should be able to enjoy spectacular views from the Lammermuir Hills in the north to the Cheviots in the south. Now clearly the route is a really long one, and I don't think even at my speed we could walk all 109 kilometres in one day. So what we've done is divided the route up into 6 sections. The first 5 are what we could call the tough ones. They'll average about 20 kilometres each, and the plan is to walk those on weekdays. The idea is that we'll take a few cars to one end of the walk, take the local service bus back to the beginning, and then walk back to our cars. If you're hoping to come on any of those walks, you'll need to bring with you a packed lunch, a good supply of water and snacks, clothes suitable for the weather, and some sturdy walking boots. Some of the key sites that we'll see as we walk along the way will include Melrose Abbey, obviously, where the walk starts, then Abbotsford House, home of Sir Walter Scott, the Kirk o' the Forest in Selkirk, which is linked to William Wallace, Jedburgh Abbey, and Kelso Abbey, sadly these days looking a bit worse for the wear. And we appreciate those first walks might not be for everyone. They are very rewarding, but certainly really hard work. So for the final day, we want to make everything a bit more accessible in order that as many people as possible would be able to take part. For this last day then, we've created 4 routes, all for differing walking abilities, so hopefully there's something for everyone. So these are the options. There are 2 fairly decent walks from St Boswell's to Dryburgh Abbey, to Melrose Abbey, and 2 much shorter self-guided walks, which will begin at Leaderfoot Viaduct. We've hired a 51-seater coach to transport you, and it's going to drop us off at Leaderfoot or St Boswell's to begin the walks. For those of you who are doing the longer walks, which begin at St Boswell's, we'll initially follow part of St Cuthbert's Way, down through the forest beside the River Tweed, and we'll cross over the bridge to Dryburgh Abbey. I've arranged for us to have access to the grounds of the Abbey so we can have lunch and a look around before we'll split into 2 groups. The hard route will join St Cuthbert's Way, going through the woods to Newton St Boswell's before heading out through the countryside to Bowden and then going up and over the Eildon Hills and down into Melrose. And there's a flatter route too, which will stay with the Borders Abbeys Way after Newton St Boswell's, and will follow an old road around the base of the Eildon Hills to Newstead before continuing to Melrose in that way. The 2 self-guided walks are pretty easygoing, and flat walking too, although I'm seeking guides to help out with those. For those of you who arrive in Melrose early, the Borders Book Festival is on the day we're walking, and in addition to that, there's a selection of shops, cafes and gardens that you might like to visit too. All of the groups will meet at Melrose Abbey around 4 p.m, and have arranged for us to have access to the grounds of Melrose Abbey, where Sandy is going to lead us in a short communion service. And afterwards we've booked Marmion's Bistro, which is pretty much next to the Abbey. We can have dinner there before returning to Edinburgh on our coach. If you'd like to come on any of the walks, I'm going to be coordinating them all. For the weekday walks, if you phone or email me in advance so I know how many people are coming, then that would be great. And for the final day, I'll need to try to get numbers and food orders together by around the 1st of June at the latest. And coaches and meals are obviously not cheap, but we've managed to haggle a bit to get the prices down, and there's a bit of subsidy to the price from money put aside by Kirk Session, so we're asking you for a suggested donation of £20 per person to cover the cost of the coach and the food. If you'd like to know more, I've produced a small brochure with all of the details, and you can find copies of that on the table at the side entrance to Mayfield Salisbury Church. And the guide can also be downloaded from the website. I hope many of you will come along and we will have nice weather. Sandy and I will also be blogging our progress along the whole route if you can't make it and are just interested in how we're getting along. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like more information, as I said, a copy of the guide can be downloaded from the church website, or feel free to email or phone me, and I'll be happy to send you a PDF copy by email. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching.